Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Mary Jo from Mary Jo's Creations, and today um I'm going to keep working on my sweater. There's a few things that I want to talk about, and also there's, I kind of do and don't want to show you because I don't know how it's going to come out yet. I'm getting ready to attach the sleeves, and I do mine a little bit different. Now, there are a few things that I want to talk about in this video, more like where I want to go this year with my channel. Last year when I started this, I was still really learning a lot, and I'm still learning, and I'm sure that, no matter how long I'm doing this for, I'm always going to be learning something new, right? That's what keeps it, awesome. Because every once in a while you're learning something new, right? And that's what I can hope for moving forward, is here and there learning something new. This year, I want to do a lot. Last year, in the beginning of the year, I focused a lot on bags, market bags, and I made some book sleeves. I made a bunch of other little bags, and this month, I am also going to be doing a video showing you all the things that I've made in 2025, which I have to wait to do that video until I clean up my workroom a little bit more, because I'm almost done taking down all of my Christmas decorations. I'm sorry. I was filming a video earlier, which should be up by now. It is the labels, and let me tell you something. I was a little I guess you can say amazed at how much yarn I used. Hold on a second. It was a little, weird. I'm trying to see if I want to do one more row and then attach, or attach the sleeves now, because I do like it when my sleeves are attached down more. I like the space. I do not like anything up here. If you notice, I mostly use tank tops and shirts like this because I get hot, and especially like under in my armpits, I get very, very hot, and that's why you're almost never gonna see me, like very rarely, like almost never. Let's say that. I don't even like t-shirts because I don't like anything under there. I do have some, and very rarely will I wear something, but I don't like it because I get hot, and then I tend to sweat, and then it's not pleasant. So I did try this on, and maybe what I'll do is I will attach it now, and we can do a try on. Yeah? And you can see kind of what it's looking like. And then I can decide on whether or not I want to leave it, or if I want to take it out and add one more round. But this is This is my birthday sweater / Valentine's Day sweater. I mean, there is some pink in it. No. Okay. Now, again, I know that a lot of people do it differently, and that's okay if you don't do it like I do it. I don't know, honestly, if anyone does it like I do it. But, you know, I have a certain way of doing things. So, like, every time when people connect the armpits, they tend to, like, do a chain. And I guess it's because they do make them a little bit higher, and I guess you need that space. But because I do mine so low, I don't chain anything when I connect my armpits. I just connect the 2 points together, and then I go directly into the next cluster and make my cluster, right? And just go down, and this is the front. So I'm just going to keep going down, and I don't add anything when I connect my sides to make my sleeves, right? Whoa, that was a mouthful. And I know I'm all over the place, so I apologize if it's hard for you to follow. And if it's easy for you to follow, hi, friend. But this video really isn't about, I mean, it is and it isn't. I'm working on my sweater, but it's really not a video about my sweater, if that makes sense. We are doing some more chatting about things that I want to do for this year, and this sweater is a great example. I believe I already had said in other videos that I am, I want to recreate and go through all the patterns that I have written for myself in all the stuff that I've made, which is ponchos and hexie cardigans, and I'm not sure about the tank tops because they might be just, you know, one-offs. I did write them down, but I don't know, maybe if I have a thinner yarn, they would come out a little bit better, and a different kind of yarn. Maybe we could try that. That's a good idea. Because most of the tank tops that I made last year are either in the worsted weight yarn, which is a number 4, from the Dollar Tree, which is Premier. And I believe one of them is a mixture of Premier yarn and Big Twist. And they're thicker yarns. And then I do have one tank top that was made in that multicolor yarn. No. Yes. The multicolor yarn from Loops and Threads, which is the yarn that's in my blanket. And again, that's one of the reasons I just wanted to get rid of that yarn, because I don't know, it's not very comfortable. I mean, I always have a tank top underneath, right? I'm just that girl that no matter what I'm wearing, I always wear a tank top underneath. For whatever reason, because if I'm wearing a sweater and I get hot, I need to take off the sweater. And at least I have a tank top. I have been doing that since I can remember. I've always worn a tank top, and that's just me. And like I said, maybe it's because I do get hot, and because of that, I always like to have something underneath in case I need to take off the shirt that's on top, right? And another reason is I'm also, when I eat, tend to be a little clumsy, and 9 times out of 10, I get, with coffee, or I always dirty my shirt. That's probably one of the reasons I wear black a lot. But for whatever reason, regardless of what it is, I always wear a tank top underneath. So the shirts that I crochet are not directly on my skin, except for my arms, right? Because I always have a tank top underneath, so they just go over. But I don't know, it just feels very thick and bulky, and I don't care for it. Now, as much as I don't like to use most 3-weight yarns, that is mainly for blankets or baby blankets, because it's very thin, and it doesn't give me what I like personally for a baby blanket. Baby blankets should be, it's just not what I like. And I'm not going to go through that again, because if you've watched my previous videos, I've ranted on enough about 3-weight yarn and baby blankets. So we're just going to skip that. Now, I did make one of my Hexie cardigans in a 3-weight mandala yarn, and I like that. It's thinner, and it's not, it's a good cardigan to use. I mean, the colors are more towards like fall colors, but it's good to use. I used it a lot during September, or August if it was a little, nippy, I guess. I would put it on, or, sometimes in the summer, at night, it might get a little bit windy or chilly or whatever. It's a great cardigan to use in like August, late August at night, or if you're like on the beach or whatever. It's really pretty. I have another mandala that I made, which is also, I can't remember if that one is on the label classified as a 4-weight, but if it is classified as a 4-weight, it's really not. It's very thin. And to me, it's more of like a thicker 3-weight. But again, I don't know what it's classified as. If it's a 3-weight, then yeah, it's like maybe a thicker 3-weight, but it definitely is a 3-weight. If it's classified as a 4-weight, like I said, to me it feels like a heavy 3-weight. I wouldn't even classify it as a 4-weight in my opinion. But anyway, it's the purple ombre, I think. What am I doing? I don't know. There we go. And it's very lightweight. And that would be like a summer piece. Like, if it's a little bit, if it goes below 80 and you want just something to throw on if you're at the beach or whatever, it's beautiful. And maybe that yarn, like the Mandela yarn, I wouldn't mind making a tank top out of. And some cotton yarn. Maybe what I can do is, because I have the Karen All Day Cotton, and I am, one of my whips, if you remember, is a granny square top that I also already made one in the Loops and Threads ombre blue yarn, which I've worn here before. And again, not a big fan of that yarn. But I wouldn't recreate the tank tops in that style of yarn again, but I would probably recreate them in a 3-weight yarn or a cotton yarn, which is probably what's going to happen. So all the items that I am going to show you, that video will probably come out next week. Today is the 15th. It'll probably be, you know, the tank tops will be remade and the pattern will be checked and tweaked, but it won't be made in the same yarn. So I do have a bit of cotton left, and I do have a few skeins of a 3-weight yarn. I don't have much of that right now, but as soon as I can, I will be getting, you know, the yarns that I didn't get, if that makes sense. Like my friend did buy me a lot of yarn, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was something like 257 skeins of yarn, or 59 or something like that. But in all fairness, it was all, almost, not all, but almost all worsted weight yarn between Big Twist, and that was the majority of it. And there's another cube that's almost all, I believe it's 6 cubes of just Loops and Threads Soft Classic. And there is a bag that I have that's of different yarns. So I did buy Facets yarn, which I want to make a shawl out of that. But that might make a really pretty, I bought 2 different colorways. One, I believe, has purple in it, and one is like a black and gray, and it's very lightweight. I've never used it before. It's a 3-weight, if I'm not mistaken. That might be nice to make a tank top in. I should have enough of that one to make a tank top. And also, I did get some hat yarn, which I'm excited to, you know, use. But clearly, you know, like, if I want to make certain things like tank tops and lighter weight items, that yarn I'm going to have to buy, which hopefully will be possible sometime soon. But again, I do have cotton yarn. I have Lily Sugar and Cream, which I normally use that for bags. But I think I might make a tank top or 2 out of that. And I do have this stripy yarn, which I think I have enough of, which is a little bit softer. Okay, because, like, I don't know if any of you know anything about cotton, and I know that a lot of you do not like Lily Sugar and Cream. I love Lily Sugar and Cream. In the beginning, it is a little bit hard to use, but once you start using it, it gets easier, and it does get soft. All my bags are made from Lily Sugar and Cream. I have a top, kind of like a bikini top, like a bra top, and shorts made from it. And let me tell you, it is comfortable. I love it. I wore it last summer quite a bit. The shorts are drawstring. I did make shorts last year, sorry. I made shorts last year. This year I do want to make a pair of pants, but I know I'm all over the place and I'm sorry, but I'll get to my point. I want to recreate everything that I made, and hopefully that shouldn't take me very long. Once I start organizing everything, and in between recreating those items and checking the patterns, I will be making more stuff. This sweater that I'm working on right now is of my own design, which everything is really. I get inspiration from, pictures that I see, either in magazines or, well, not magazines. I don't really I've seen magazines in stores and stuff, but I don't buy magazines anymore. Do people really buy magazines anymore? Anyway, ADHD, man, I'm telling you. I'm sorry if it's hard to follow. But on TV or when I'm scrolling through my phone, and just inspiration, Pinterest, if I see something, I will look at it and I am able to kind of either recreate it in my own way or take pieces of it and make something, because, I don't like anything high collar. So, a lot of the stuff that I see, I have to not only try to figure out how to recreate it, but how to make it so that I could wear it. So, there's going to be a lot of that. And this is one of my own designs. It's kind of a take off of the sweater that you see me wear all the time, my oversized pink. I like to call it my busy sweater, because that yarn, that's the multi-yarn from Loops and Threads, and it's just very busy in my opinion, because the color bursts on that yarn are so short that it just looks like a jumble. And I personally am not a great fan of it, but I've gotten so many compliments on that sweater. And this one is similar to that. Now, that one is really oversized, and in the beginning, I wasn't too fond of it because it was very, very, very big. But I got used to that oversize. I want something that I could throw on and just be comfortable in it. And I kind of wanted to do, and then I have that mauve sweater that I know I've worn on here before too, that I kind of shrunk it, right? So it wasn't as wide as the busy sweater. And what I should have done was probably something in the middle, but I didn't do that. I went off of the sizing from the busy sweater, and it is kind of big on top. It does really come off the shoulder. Now, I do want to, when I'm done, do something on the top. I don't want to leave it like this. So I might do something on the top where it does kind of maybe cinch it in a little bit, right? Or not cinch it in, but close it up a little bit so it's not so off the shoulder. What I'm trying to do with this one is have it off the shoulder like the like the busy sweater, but not have it so baggy over here, right? And obviously, I'm very big-breasted, so it's gonna have to be a little bit big up here, but I'm trying to see and work on how to fix that so it fits me better than that ginormous sweater. And that's what I'm trying to create right now. So I guess I can show it. I was trying to wait, right? I was trying to wait to show it because I don't know how it's going to come out. And I was going to say embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed because I'm really not embarrassed about showing anything that I'm making. It's just that I don't like to show things until I'm sure that that's how I want them to go. But then I, was thinking that that's, I guess, the whole point of this channel to begin with, to show you what I do and what I don't do and how I change things. So I'm going to try this on, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like so far. All right, so bear with me. Okay, so can you see from here? I have you at a different angle, right? All right, so this is what it's looking like right now, right? And I attached it, and I'm okay with that. Now, what I was thinking is that it is way too loose, so I don't want to keep going around it because then it's going to be really, really big. So I'm thinking that what I might do right here is like cinch this together and have this start the sleeves like right there and have this go down. Now it is in a little bit of a angle, and that's how I wanted it, right? Now, if I pull it up this way, right, it'll do this. And if it's cinched like this, then it'll give it a different look. Or I can just hang it off the shoulder. It's going to come more together the more I work it, right? But I think that this is going to be cute. So this is my new design. My hair is a disaster. It's everywhere. And it's a little hard too, like, to do it this way. I'm going to have to do it and then try it on and see how it looks. But I do like the way it looks. And it does feel comfortable. It doesn't feel as, I don't know, it feels a little bit different. Maybe it's because of the V-neck. See, I made a V, and then I wanted this shape going down a little bit. The back is not like that. The back, you know what? Sorry, guys. I'm just going to put my hair up because this is just way too much for me. It's like, what am I doing? I don't know. Okay. So I'm just going to put my hair up. And I'm going to show you what the back is looking like, right? Because I did the V in the front, right? And this isn't a good shirt to have on, to try it on, but it is what it is. Now, I can't see what you're seeing, but you see how the back is like straight, right? And so this is going to point out a little bit on the bottom. I'm still working on how to get it exactly the way I want it to, but honestly, I am really loving the way that it's looking. We're going to keep going, and we're going to see. Now, I do want it long because, if you know, I do like my sweaters long, and I love my long sleeves, right? So I just literally connected this, so clearly we're going to connect this here as I go around the second time, right? And we're going to fix that. No worries. And once I get that all connected, then I'll come and show you. We'll put it back on and see how it looks. Now this front is done on purpose. I do want this front to hang down a little bit more than the back does. It's just the style that I had in my head that I wanted to get down, and hopefully it'll come out the way I envision it. But let me know what you think of it so far. Okay, so I really am liking it. What I have to do now is figure out where I want the sleeves to start. Like where I want to stop. I think it's going to be right there. I have to do the clusters right. And figure that out. And that's what I'm going to be working on. I do have to do a little bit of math, so, well, not math, but I have to do a little bit of measuring and see where exactly I want that to be, because I'm getting to that point in the back where I'm going to have to make a decision on where to join it starting for the sleeve, right? And so this is going to be part of the sleeve. And then we're going to build the body down from there. Now, I know I said in the beginning of the week that this week I wanted to get at least 3 projects finished. That's not going to be possible. I don't think. There's no way that I'm going to be able to finish all 3 projects for 2 reasons. The main reason is that I had other things to do, right? I had to take down my Christmas tree decorations. I still am not at, my normal because of the episode that I had. And I also had things to do around the house, and they're all very big projects, right? They're all very big projects. It's not like I decided that I wanted to do, like 2 big projects and a small project that maybe would get finished. No. Mary Jo wants to, I think I'm going to do the join as you go to put these sleeves together. Mary Jo wants to do, a blanket, a whole sweater, and a whole cardigan all in a week, on top of all the household stuff that I have to do. And, I know it's going to come down once I take down the tree. Well, that's already down. All I have to do is pull off some of, just take down the rest of the Christmas decorations that are in my living room, and take the totes downstairs. So that's going to be finished this week. So by next week, it'll be a little more calm, and I did have a few phone calls to make this week. It was just a lot of stuff. So this week, to have all of that done was not, extremely feasible, because they are all very big. However, I do think that I will be able to get at least the blanket and most of this sweater done by Saturday. The blanket is, yesterday I spent part of the day working on this, and part of the day words escape me. Weaving in all the ends to the 35 squares that I made, which was fun. 35 squares, 5 and 5 is 10. That's 70 ends that I had to put together. I mean, weave in. Yeah, that was not fun. But hold on a second. I'm trying to figure this out, and I don't know what to do. Okay, I guess we're going to attach it here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to figure out a different way right now, but let's see. I hate doing it this way. I don't like that. Oh, well, maybe I do. Hold on, hold on. Maybe. The question is, how far do I go, right? Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys, and I'll show you what I did, right? I hate. I hate when it's on the opposite side. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Well, not that I did something wrong, but... Okay, I think I've done this a few times, and every time it gets easier, but it's just like... I have to be mindful so there's not a lot of space. Yeah, connecting this on, while I'm trying to film is not, like, the smartest thing. To be quite honest. I want to do one whole side so I can see what it looks like. I think I might have to do 4. But I'm not entirely sure. We're going to do, right now I think I'm on my 3rd cluster, and then we're going to check it out. But this year is going to be exciting because not only do I want to recreate all the things, I know I just jumped again, and I will get back to what I was saying in a second, but I want to finish that thought because, you know, my ADH brain is all over the place, and I apologize. I do want, it's going to be interesting because we're going to not only make new things, we are also going to be redoing the old projects that I have and writing those down. Or not writing them down, they're already written down, but checking them and tweaking them and making sure they're good. And we're going to be making new stuff. And I honestly think that by the end of this year, I'm going to use a lot more yarn than I used last year. Because I'm just sweater, poncho, all types of cardigans, I call them cardies, all types of cardies, all mixed together. And it's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to start doing that. And most likely that will be next month. Now, on the other point that I was talking about, this week, clearly, I think I'm going to do one more. I don't know if I'm going to like how that looks. I'm going to have to try it on and check it, but we're going to see. Now, I think that might be enough. See, this part is the part that I don't kind of like doing on camera because it's just trial and error, right? And I don't know if you want to see that, because you let me know if you like this part, or if you just want to see me making it once I have the pattern written down and I go to do it again. Because this here, there's a lot of like trial and error, and I have to like look. I don't know how it's coming out. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm gonna attach anymore. I think I'm gonna go from here and then do the same on the other side. I just have to do the counting to see where I start on the other side, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know if this is what you want to see, or if you just want to see it once I have the pattern done. But so it's starting from the purple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, hold on. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 joined, right? And then out. I don't know if this is what you want to see, or if you would rather only see me make the sweater once I have the pattern down. Because again, like, it's not like I'm going from a pattern and, you know, I might be tweaking it. That's not what I'm doing. I am literally making this shit up as I go. So that's why I say I've never filmed this process before, because I have no idea where it's going to go. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is going to look horrible once I'm done and I have to rip it all out. This section, because it doesn't come out the way I want. I don't know. So, you know, this is a trial run. If you guys like this video, let me know. I know I'm all over the place half the time, and I apologize. But again, between the ADHD and the fibromyalgia, my train of thought just goes all over the place, and sometimes the thoughts just drop out of my head. So, I'm sorry if some of y'all don't like that, and I don't know what to tell you. I can't fix it. It's just the way my brain works. But now that we got all that out of the way, about this week, this sweater I might get it finished by Saturday. That is a big possibility because, again, there's not much left to it. If I have this figured out and the sleeves are divided right, if this right here that I'm doing and connecting it and all of that is good, then that means that tonight it's just the body, and that's going to be quick. Because again, they're granny clusters. They don't take very long, right? And if I'm like right now, today is not the best day, but it's not the worst day either. So I might be able to get the body done by the end of the night. And then all I have to work on is the sleeves. And my blanket, all my squares are, 1, all the ends are woven in, and 2, they're already in piles as to what order they're going to be in what row, right? So all I'm doing is attaching as I go, and I figured out how to do it all consecutively, right? So like if you remember, when I did the Vlogmas blanket, I connected each row, everything was done separately. This is not going to be that way. This is literally going to be one giant piece. And there are going to only be, if I'm not mistaken, 2 ends to weave in. Because this is going to go, after I connect it, it's going to go straight into the outline, right? And if I'm doing it right, I found a diagram on, I believe, Pinterest that had like the granny squares, and it showed, I'm very visual and hands-on. So I need to have like a clear picture and then do it myself from the picture, and that's how I learn how to do things. Sometimes I don't do very well with people telling me how to do it. Because again, it's just the way my brain processes information. So if I have a picture like that chart, oh shit. I have a cluster with only 2. But I'm not going there right now. No. No. I'm not ripping all of this out. Little imperfections is what makes it perfect, right? Let me see now. Hold on. Here, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I believe this is where we start connecting, right? So, I already started it. 1 row is done. I didn't film that row because I was doing it as I was editing my video that went up today. Most of it anyway. I don't know. If there are any mistakes towards the second half, let me know, because I watched about half of it, and I had to do something else, and then I completely forgot that I didn't watch the whole thing through. And I uploaded it. That's what happens when you distract someone with ADHD, right? So I watched half of it, and then I got distracted, went to do something else, and then when I came back, I thought I had finished watching it for some reason, because when I opened up the app again, I do it on YouTube Creates, right? And when I went to open up the app again, it was back to the beginning. Because like normally when I stop editing and I open it again, it'll take me right to where I left off. And it didn't do that this time. So my brain was like, okay, you watched it all. And I uploaded it. And I sent it to YouTube. And then I don't know what happened that I realized that I didn't watch it all. So I apologize if there are any like really bad mistakes, which I don't think so, but again, my apologies. But watching that this morning, while I was watching that, I did a pretty good chunk. The first row is completely attached, and I already started on the bottom, and the bottom is halfway through, and then I'm going to start attaching the next row. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing tonight. To be honest with you, it depends on how I feel. I might sit here and work on the sweater, or I might turn around and work on, what am I doing? I have no freaking clue. What am I doing? There we go. I know where I messed up. Yeah, it's very hard to film and talk while I have to do this process. So I'm sorry if, no, that has 2. No, that has 3. Y'all, I can't. I feel like I'm going crazy. And then we're going to count the clusters when I'm done to make sure I have the right amount. And this should be my last one, yeah? Yeah. Oh, wait. No, I did something wrong. I did something wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. 'Cause, 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 'cause All right. Clearly, I cannot figure this out. Clearly, I cannot figure this out while I'm filming because I can't pay attention to you and pay attention to this and get it done the right way at the moment, because it's just like, no, my brain's not having it. I have to sit here and figure it out. And I don't remember what I was saying. All right, so this is where I'm going to finish this video. You got a sneak peek at the sweater. I talked about what I want to do, right? And what I'm going to do and what I want to do. What I'm going to do is recreate all of the patterns that you're going to see soon, all of the items that I made, that I'm going to remake them to make sure they all come out good, and then figure out how to write the pattern where you can understand it, you know, like, not you, like, write the pattern so where, like, someone looks at it and not just my notes. You know what I'm saying? Get that done, because I want to write patterns that's going to be easy for someone like me to read. And that's my goal. And I want to do that. And I want to recreate stuff that I see and make new patterns and make new sweaters, all kinds of sweaters, cardigans, tank tops, and just create as much as I can this year so that, number one, I have a nice wardrobe. And number two, I have patterns for you guys in case anyone wants a pattern of mine. And three, I will have the extras that I do will go on my website, so that, you know, if you want one of my sweaters or cardigans or ponchos or bags, you can go get it. And that is my major goal for this year. And I can't wait to get there. Now, as far as this week, like I said, I wasn't able to, you know, focus all of my time on crochet for one reason or another. My health being one of the major ones. And, you know, the fibromyalgia. And getting the Christmas tree down. And, you know, having to clean my kitchen and stuff like that. Just normal day stuff. And cooking. I can't, you know, do what I'd like, which is to sit here and just crochet and do nothing else. That's not feasible at the moment. But I know I said that I wanted to get all of the items that I said in the beginning of the week, which is this sweater, my green cardigan, and my blanket finished by the end of the week. I don't think that's going to be feasible anymore. However, like I said, I do think that I can get the blanket and the sweater done by Saturday. Or at least the majority of it done by Saturday. One item will be done. Whether it's the sweater or the blanket, I don't know. The blanket, like I said, all I'm doing is attaching it now. And then, you know, and then do the border. So that will be something that I can rotate. And this sweater, once I figure out how to connect it, once I figure that out, then we're going to be good. And Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, 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 okay. I think I see what I did now. All right, I know what I did. I know what I did, and I'm going to fix it. I know what I did now. I started connecting it this way, but I had to finish the row and then come back this way. So that was my mistake, and I figured it out. I will connect that side, and then once I start going all the way around, that's once I connect this, all the actual thinking will be out of the way. And then it's just going in the round, doing the body, and then the sleeves, that's not really, bothering me either. So I think that today I'm going to be working probably on both projects because I shift from one to the other. And I should get at least a good chunk of both done today. And then tomorrow, I hope that by Saturday, I will have both the blanket and the cardigan and the sweater done. And I did do a chunk of the cardigan. However, I also worked on my other blanket, the chenille blanket, which was not on the list. And I'm a hot mess. I don't know why I picked it up, but I just wanted to pick it up. And I have one skein left. Now, I might want to make it bigger, but all I have is a skein left. So I'm going to do that last skein, which took me about an hour and a half to do one full skein, which wasn't bad. But, no, it was about 2 hours because it wasn't full when I started. It had already been started, but I think in 2 hours, 2 hours worth of time, I can finish that one skein. So really, I sit down twice to do that. So it took me a chunk of the day. And, but that's what I felt like working on, and that's what I wanted to work on, and that's what I worked on. So maybe if I hadn't worked on that and worked on the cardigan, it would have been farther along, but it is what it is. I wanted to work on the blanket, so that's what I did, and it is possible that we might have 3 whips, just not the 3 whips that I was thinking of. Maybe the cardigan will most likely, I'm 99% sure that my moss green cardigan will not be finished this week. If I finish one of the whips by today or tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, I don't think I'll finish anything today, but if I do get one of my whips finished by tomorrow, then I will pick up the green cardigan and work off that, But enough talking. I hope you enjoyed this video and the madness that it is. I'm sorry that I'm all over the place, but if you've been here before, you know that this isn't new, okay? This is so not new. I'm just a hot mess. And, I mean, I hope it's good entertainment. If you like the disaster that I am and like to try and figure out if I'm going to remember half the shit that I start saying, and you want to join our little group and our little family here, let me know. I do like to read comments, and I enjoy those of you who comment every time. It brings me joy to see your comments, and that's really what I'm doing this for, to bring someone a little joy and to get a little joy. 'Cause life is hard enough as it is, and share a few things along the way, learn a few things along the way. If you want to see more of my process, I know that, some of you have asked if I have patterns. We are working on it. At first, I was scared and I didn't want to do it. But with your encouragement and the way you are so kind, those of you who comment, that I do believe that I'm going to go in that direction. And we are just going to spend this year enjoying the madness and creating some beautiful things along the way, I hope. Thank you so much for being here. If you are not subscribed, come on, hit that subscribe button. Even if you just want to watch the train wreck that I am, you're welcome. And hit that like button so I know that you like the video. You are always more than welcome to leave a comment down below. Just all I ask is that, people be kind. Be nice. I welcome all opinions. Just make sure that you're respectful and kind with your opinions. Because I will not have a problem blocking you if you're just mean and nasty. I don't want that energy in here. That is not what I'm about. We are all adults, I hope. Let's try to act like one. If you don't like something I do, that's great. If you have a different opinion, share it. Just let's try to be nice and kind to each other, all right? Fortunately, I have not had that problem. The few people who have commented are absolutely wonderful, a joy. And I am grateful for those of you who watch my videos every day. Thank you. Well, not every day, but every time I post. Thank you so much. It really means more to me than I can say. And I hope you stick around. You can hit that little bell notification, and it'll let you know when I'm on. And if you want to follow more, I am going to be posting more frequently on Facebook and Instagram once again. So you can follow me over there, and you can also message me over there if you have any questions about anything that I do. If you don't want to leave it down in the comment section, you could go to my Instagram, which is Mary Jo's Creations. All the same. And you can DM me, or you can go on, if you don't have Instagram, you can go on Facebook. If you have Facebook, and you can send me a message on Messenger. And I have no problem with that. And thank you for sticking around, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.